And welcome back, everybody, to WTL Where's the Line? I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Jabron.
the Parlay Pounder.
You got it. We're back.
I mean, this show's been phenomenal. I mean, we've been talking Thursday football on Thanksgiving, and now we have an entire college football slate ready to rock and roll. Week 13.
Yeah.
All on Friday.
No, yeah, this is great, Andy. This is the best weekend of the year. You have just a total weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where you don't have to meet up with your family. You can just watch football the entire time. No, I'm just joking, but it is really one of the best weekends of football because you got 4 days of just complete football with all great games on.
From start to finish, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with an 11 o'clock kickoff on ABC. A couple of ranked teams here. Yeah. Tulane, the Green Wave. We're always talking about the Green Wave.
We are. They just keep winning.
And they're taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats, another team that's 9-2, ranked 25th in the nation. Tulane, they're ranked 21st in the nation.
Yeah.
And 11 o'clock kickoff on ABC in Cincinnati. They're a slight 2-point favorite, are the Bearcats.
Yeah, Andy. Like you said, 2-point favorite for the Bearcats at home. 45.5 over under. Cincinnati's 2-2 when allowing more than 24 points and 7-0 when it allows fewer than that. It's also 5-0 at home, so I really believe they have a huge advantage here with being a home game.
Yeah.
Tulane has scored fewer than 24 points just once, though. So I really think that is kind of the line there. But that win was 17-10 when they beat Kansas State. So
that was a good win. Very good win.
The winner of this game is playing for the American Athletic Conference Championship, so there's a lot on the line here. I do have Cincinnati at a slight edge, 27-24, taking this game home.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that slight edge. Cincinnati just scares the living hell out of me, though. They're only 3-7-1 against the spread.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Green Wave, they're 9-2 against the spread this season.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that in how the betting trends are going right now. It's split 50-50. Half the money's going in on Cincinnati, covering that 2 points. The other half's going on Tulane. You're also seeing that with the over-under, half and half here. So, boy, did the bookies get this one right, splitting it right down the middle.
No, I agree, Andy. But the one thing you kind of got to get out of context here with Tulane is that they have had huge spreads their entire and they've been covering those spreads and somehow winning these games.
Yeah.
So they don't see a lot of 1.5 point spreads like this one is here. So that's a little bit out of context that they've been covering because they've been covering much larger spreads than this. I really think if you just want to take Cincinnati money line at -135 might be your best bet, but just covering the 2 points, I think they're good with that as well, winning by a field goal late.
Yeah. You know what? I like Cincinnati. It's just that they just scare the living out of me. Yeah. With just how they perform. But with all that on the line at home, as you mentioned, you gotta like what you're kind of seeing from them. Should we move on to the 2:30 kickoff on ABC? That is North Carolina State, the Wolfpack, taking on North Carolina, the Tar Heels. Tar Heels, man, they just keep chugging along. Ranked 13th in the nation. They're 9-2 overall. North Carolina State, they're ranked 24th in the nation. They're 7-4, so they're having a wonderful season. North Carolina, though, they are the 6.5 point favorite. You got the hook.
Yeah, Andy, and like you said, the over-under here sitting at 56. That's mostly what I'm looking at in this game. Okay. I think this one's going to sky over. One thing, North Carolina's offense is so good. They put up so many points. And the other thing is North Carolina's defense is the worst in the ACC. So I believe this is going to be a little bit of a shootout with Tar Heels kind of pulling away at the end. I have a final score prediction of 34-23. And smacking that over.
Well, everyone listening to us on Thursday, if they're looking at that over, they better get it in sooner than later because 100% of the money right now is going in on that over. And what did you say you had it at right now?
I have it at 56.
Okay, I'm looking at a 56 consensus across the board as well. But you can bet that line is going to skyrocket the closer it gets to kickoff. It is,
for sure. And I do really like North Carolina at the 6.5 mark right here. I do think they're going to win by a touchdown. If you don't feel so at ease with that, take the -240 money line and put that in a parlay.
There you go. Jabron, we are agreeing on
there
something.
You go.
Hey, we're just in the holiday spirit here. Thanksgiving, why not? Why not?
It's all about family, yep.
Now let's move on to the game everybody's been talking about. Is it called like the Heroes game or something?
It is the Heroes game.
Grocery store.
The grocery store bowl.
The grocery store. That is the Nebraska Cornhuskers heading on over to Iowa City to take on the Hawkeyes. That's a 4 o'clock kickoff on the Big Ten Network. Oh boy, Iowa's a huge favorite here. Minus 10.5, but that over-under is only at 38.5. That's typical for Iowa, but they're not used to being a double-digit favorite like that and also have the over-under so low.
No, agreed, Andy. And some books already have this pushed up to plus 11 for the Huskers, minus 11 for the Hawkeyes, which would give you a little bit of an incentive to take the Huskers, but I believe that's what they're trying to get you to do.
Yeah.
Do I think we can stay in this game? Yes. Do I think that we can win this game potentially? Yes. But will we do that? I think we will get a lead. We'll be up 14-3, and we'll lose this game. I do believe that.
So you like the cover?
I do like this cover at 10 points.
I mean, that was
11 for sure.
I mean, last year that was such a strong play for me is Nebraska's going to cover. Nebraska's going to cover. But ever since that Michigan game where you couldn't even cover 4 touchdowns for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Big Red, I was really counting on you there. I didn't even need you to be in the ball game whatsoever.
Correct.
And you couldn't keep it within 31 points for me?
I know, it's terrible.
I mean, I'm a Big Red fan.
Yeah, no, I know. That's why we need to stop betting these games. But I really do believe that Iowa's just going to keep it, they're going to beat us by 3 if I had to guess, and it's probably going to be late.
All right, so you like Nebraska covering there.
Yep.
And that over-under, you don't want to touch that?
It's too low for me to go under, Andy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to bet this under because I do potentially think that there is going to be some late scoring here that could push it to 21-20, something like that. So it's too low for me to take the under.
And there's not much action. There's really not much action at all with that over-under, and I think that's by design.
Yeah.
And why would you?
No, it's such a tough bet to do because no one really knows how to bet this game. And the only thing that I can say for sure is I think that the Huskers should cover this.
They should cover, especially if you can get at that 11 and it gets pushed up to 11.5.
Yeah.
I think even Iowa fans are going to take
I agree with that. Yep.
All right, let's move on to the nightcap then on ABC, 7:30 kickoff.
Yeah.
Another really fun rivalry game.
Yeah.
Don't have a dog in the fight here, but Florida taking on the number 19 ranked Seminoles of Florida State. Florida State, 9.5 point favorite at over/under 58.
Yeah, a lot of these games, Andy, are sitting here at 10 points, 9.5, and they're all rivalry games. I just think I think they're spread out just a little bit too much. These should be touchdown favored games, not touchdown
over that
field goal
touchdown.
games.
It's crazy.
Florida's the reason this is Florida State's defense is the best in the ACC, allowing just 290 yards per game. Florida's defense has allowed over 400 yards per game, and the Gators projected to be outgained in this contest by at least 150 yards. I mean,
you have an ACC versus SEC.
Yeah.
You kind of a matchup here. I like how Florida State, they're not only 8-3, they're 8-3 against the spread. So they have been covering. So when you see a line like this, and wow, 85% of the money I'm looking at right now is pouring in on Florida State. So that means that. That means that 9.5 points is probably going to get pushed up to 10 at least before kickoff.
No, I agree, Andy, and it really kills me to take this 9.5 points because I hate doing that in rivalry games just because I think they should be close. But I really do believe that Florida State has a really good chance of covering this, and I think the under might hit as well with Florida State having that good of a defense.
And Florida's only 2-4 against the spread their last 6 games against Florida State, and it's just. Florida's been down. past few years. They've really been struggling, and Florida State, they haven't been world beaters, but it seems like they've got
always one of the best teams in the ACC for sure.
Right. And there's going to be a couple games where they're going to not look so hot. They look a little lackadaisical, but that's everybody except for maybe 2 or 3 teams in the nation.
Exactly.
So they're going to be up for this one.
Yeah. One minor point that I do want to do is the total has hit the under 10 out of Florida State's last 15 games. So I really think this has a really, really good chance of going under. So if you get that at 58, 58 and a half, do it. Take the under in this one.
Now you're speaking my language, because only 20% of the money's coming in on that under, and that's where I like to go. I like to see where that public money's pouring in, and I like to go the other way there.
Get after it.
All right, now, Mr. Parlay Pounder, do you have a parlay play, or are you going to keep the folks in their seats here?
No, I got a college football parlay for
Here we go.
So I got Ole Miss at a -130, parlaying that with the over in the NC State North Carolina game at over 56 and a -110. And then to wrap it up, I got the Huskers covering +11 at -110, putting 25 on it to win 136.
And you know what I like what you did there? You made sure that you have to watch all games throughout the day. So you got the excuse built in there. Yeah. I can't leave the telly.
Sorry, I can't leave the television. I've hit 2 out of 3, making sure the Huskers cover. So, no, it'll be a fun Friday, and I believe all these will hit.
All right, before we take a break, let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the Nebraska Brewing Company. I've been drinking the Cardinal Pale Ale like I always do. Jabron, what do you got going on over there?
Always the Taco Vesa. It's my favorite beer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nebraska Brewing Company. World class in every glass. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is WTL.